It's the rundown today. It's presented by Franzia or Franzia?
I say Fran.
Franzia, because you are trying to be high society.
And I say Franzia
because you're Philly trash. Fucking Delco trash. Drink Franzia at home. But it is, either way you cut it, Franzia, it's a part of society. It's a part of humanity. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, yes.
Like Franzia, if you haven't had Franzia, it's like, who are you? What planet are you from, you know? You haven't slapped the bag, if you haven't enjoyed, 6 bottles of wine coming from a box, who even are you?
I tried to graduate from box wine to nice wines. I can't tell the difference.
Exactly.
I don't know.
You know, unless
what a nice
you're a
wine
fucking
is.
sommelier, it's like, why are you gonna spend this money trying to look like you're something you're not, trying to be someone who you aren't, and when you could just have good wine, straight from the box, red, white, whatever you want. And this is why I love them, because they're trying to get into more than just, you think of like, I'm gonna drink some wine with my meat and cheese, or I'm gonna drink it with my Italian dinner. Drink it for football Sunday, man. 6.5 liters, 5 liters, that's 6.5 bottles for you and your buds. And the way they pose it, you can have it for the entire games. Fucking 6.5 bottles of wine. It might last you a game. It might last you a full game.
Smuggle that thing into the stadium. It's like the perfect, like the bag of it. You slap it to your stomach.
It's like, nah, man, that's just my gut. Yeah, listen, like quarantine has not treated me well. But yeah, listen, we all grew up on it, of course, after we were 21. And the question, though, is do you go white Franzia or red Franzia?
Oh, I'm a red guy.
All year round?
Yeah. I always do reds.
You?
I'm a summertime, wintertime guy.
You switch.
Yeah, you
white
switch
in
it
the
up.
summer, red in
You
the
iced
wintertime.
coffee, regular coffee?
Yeah, I do. I like my seasons. I like my Sad Boy season. I like my regular one.
Shout out Sad Boy season now in store. Dark bars, dark liquor, dark wine for you, huh?
Yeah, I'm all done.
I actually am too, but I also go full white trash. I put my ice in my red.
No,
Yes,
heaven.
sir. Listen, let me tell you something,
Franzia guy.
pal. Let me school you on some knowledge, okay? Your wine is supposed to be coming from your wine cellar, and the cellar is supposed to be cold. So your red wine, is supposed to be a little cool. And so it's not supposed to be like this room temperature, like hot wine in your mouth. It's supposed to actually be a little bit chilled. Now, I agree putting the cube in is not the best. It waters it down a little bit. But you're supposed to have your red wine, a little bit cool. So fuck you.
Okay. I mean, it makes sense. I get it.
I also just think it tastes better. So I don't give a fuck about the rules. I'll drink it in the summer with a fat bunch of cubes in there, and I don't care. So red or white, Franzia is the way to go. Pick it up for the game, pick it up for your dinner, pick it up for your date, or if you're just looking
Take it to the pumpkin patch, a little orchard, a little fucking.
Pop it open wherever you may be. Franzia on the go. Go get it. Go to shopfranzia.com to pick it up.
I'll be honest right now, I just want to get ahead of it. I am battling. I just did lowering the bar. It's mint yogurt that smells terrible.
Mint yogurt drink, right?
Yogurt soda.
Yogurt soda from Iran.
And I have the heartburn. I just puked probably the most I've ever puked.
Really?
On lowering the bar.
What?
The most it's ever, the loudest it's ever been, the most
more
it's
than
ever.
the pork
I heard.
I apologize to everyone. 'Cause I feel like I'm clearly causing a scene.
Ruining lunches over
More
here.
than the pork brains. When you were puking on your own hand, on that
more,
one.
I puked more.
And it went on for longer too.
Yeah.
The duration of it just kept
Some
on
people
going.
think that fights is like faking it or trying to puke. It's like, watch the man. He's in agony. He is
he's
writhing
in agony
pain.
right now.
I'm really, I can still taste it. And
This is worse. If you had to do one again, would you do this or the nitro gummy bear?
Nitro gummy bear.
Really?
Oh, that's a
I would do
crazy
this.
take.
I would do
Come on, man. Come on.
this one.
The
this
nitro
one for
gummy
sure.
bear is straight pain.
For days.
I'd rather be in
I
pain than
chug
feel
no
than this,
problem.
like nausea.
I guzzled it down, threw it across the
It
fucking
tastes like
desk.
It tastes like
I mean, it's disgusting. Don't get me wrong. It tastes terrible. but-
disrupted gastrointestinal
It
tract.
weirdly, what I said after I finished was I was like, oddly enough, that wasn't that bad. The taste isn't that bad. It's the smell and the chunks.
It smells like champagne.
It curdles in your
disagree.
mouth.
also
though.
didn't get the
I'm
chunks.
really struggling.
It curdles in your and like the chemical
I
composition
don't know.
changes in your mouth.
It went down so fast. Maybe that was my easiest lowering the bar. Hands fucking down. I'm stunned.
And it
that
is
was your
very
worst.
much like cum.
It
Yeah.
does look and give you the vibe of cum for sure.
there's
So I was
cum
just
in this
guzzling
too.
cum,
Yeah.
and I had no problem with it. Thick water or this?
This. this.
Okay, yeah,
The
thick
thick
water
water
was-
I couldn't.
That
even
was actually cum.
do anything.
That was
Like-
actually just. I think that was maybe he just like filled up a bottle of cum.
Oh,
I thought
God.
that for this. I think that
My favorite part of
Just
this,
has eaten
actually, yo, can somebody grab me the bottle of yogurt soda if it's there?
Come on.
So the funniest
wanted
thing
in
was this:
front
I'm
of
doing
everybody.
Friday night pints last night, and I'm getting behind the bar. I'm setting up my mixology, you know, and I like to make sure we got everything on Deckington. I got my Franzia ready for anybody who wants to drink, and I see this bottle, thank you, and on it was a Post-it that said "Do not drink," as if someone's gonna open up and be like, "Ooh, somebody left behind their yogurt soda. Like,
Yeah,
let
that
me
was never
guzzle
in
it down."
fucking-
But this is it. It's mint yogurt soda. And just like, you know, the Arabic writing scares me, and I'm like, what are we about to eat here, drink here? So check it out, Lowering the Bar, out Thursday. Watch Feitelberg with his worst ever. I mean,
Yeah, it sounded. Everything about it was gross.
It was so
I
bad.
can't-
I hate doing it. Like, I really wish I could just like not do Lowering the Bar.
Well, I said it's
'Cause,
a
like,
testament to
I don't like
Vibs.
being like the fucking. I don't like being
guinea
like
pig.
the puke
there's a
guy.
very
Like,
short
That's
list
what
of
the
people.
Nazis did. Like they're like, hey, try this out. Fucking-
I feel like Ryan Howard when Ryan Howard's like,
Vibs
I don't
around?
want to be like the guy. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be fire guy. Like, I don't want to be puke. I have no interest in being puke guy.
No.
And it's just Vibs is always like I'll avoid it. Like he asked this morning.
Yeah,
he's like,
yeah.
are you free next 30 minutes? I was like, no, I'm not. And then
It's like-
he just comes and finds me.
Like shuffle
And-
by, like ask so like meekly. Like, "Come on, just
I
do
said if
this."
it wasn't, there's a very short list of people who I would like do what we do for him. Because I like him, I think it is funny content, but I just like the guy. So I'm like, yeah, I'll like chop off a pinky for you, whatever, man. But you know, some of you other motherfuckers come to me and ask me this, it'd be a hard no, just no question. I wouldn't even make up an excuse. I'd just say no.
I'm not doing
So
it.
check it out, another good addition. I am afraid, so it was bad for you, but in general, he said this was his most, what's the word for it, like timid kind of. So I'm nervous for what comes next. 'Cause I
What?
think he
This
feels
was
he has
not
to-
timid at all. It was
I
gross.
think you gentlemen are on, I think you're on the other, you're the rarity in this case.
Again, I get it because, like I said, it actually isn't that bad, but for some reason it was so bad.
No, it's sprayed on. It's carbonated. It sprayed
Yeah.
on me yesterday.
Well, so you had it yesterday. Apparently it was warm yesterday. Today was cold, so that might make a
Yeah, it
big
was warm. It
difference.
was disgusting,
Yeah.
and it was smelled. I smelled like someone had thrown up on me for the entire
you
day.
got like a
I had to
money
go the
shot.
rest of the day. Yeah, I got
I-
fucking bukkake by Vibs.
God.
So
Thanks,
you puked
Jeff.
all over yourself. But you already told on the podcast. Should we tell you what other bodily fluids issues we had with you today?
I peed all over.
Feitelberg peed all over himself.
What happened? You tucked your dick
I
away
put
after
it
your.
too soon. I do it all the
Well,
time,
we've
and I do it
had
all
this
the
conversation
time.
a lot. But this.
This was a bad one. I can't even talk.
Let me explain what just happened while Feitelberg dies here. We were walking to our studio, and so like right by the bar, he like sidles up alongside me as we're walking. He's like, "Yo, I'm not even gonna tell other people this, but I gotta tell you something." And I was legit like walking. I like kind of cut my. I was like, "Is everything okay?" And he's like, "I was expecting something bad," and he's like, "I just pissed everywhere."
I had
He
my
had
sweatshirt
the
tied around
worst.
my
He had
waist.
his shirt tied over, and he like
So
opened it up.
Oh, you tied it around to hide it?
So you couldn't see, and it was like
A puddle.
it was. I mean,
Sneakily, the worst part about that is that your penis marinates in your own urine for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
It's all in your boxers, and they're just
Yeah,
coated
that's
in your
that went
dick.
through your boxers.
It's just marinating
It
it.
went through your
Oh
boxers.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was, you know, everybody's got a little dribble here and there. First of all, that happens to Feitelberg 3 times a week.
It happens. It happens to me every time I wear these pants because it's easier to tell. I'll do it. In
Oh, so you
jeans.
think it's happening like all the time and you just can't
Yeah,
tell?
I'll just straight up piss my pants in jeans. Who gives a shit? But these
I don't even go to the toilet.
Shit
I just
yourself
fucking
in
go.
jeans. These like you can just very
There was a
clearly see.
solid, you know, it was like that big with like
Yeah,
multiple
I appreciate you sliding it
spots.
down the leg. It
Yeah.
wasn't that low.
No, it was,
Down around my calf.
look, man, I pissed my pants. So a rough day with fluids for fights.
Yeah, just all
All
over
right,
the place.
on to the rundown. I will start with this video. I think this is one of my favorite videos I've ever seen. It's so ridiculous. I'm calling him like Vespa Man. We need to give this guy a title. Some people are just calling him Nick Tarani. I don't know. Maybe.
He has a little Nick vibe to him.
It
Is
is.
it Tarani or Tarani?
I always thought it was Tarani, but he just
Too
said Tarani.
rainy.
He said, "I like to remain mysterious, you motherfucker." That's such a Nick answer. Just tell me how you say your fucking name.
Yeah, that's probably not even his last name.
No,
it's probably a whole
not
different
his
last
first name. I bet you that he's actually KB and KB's actually Nick, and they're just like, it'll be a
They've
funny
switched
goof.
identities.
We'll
I
reveal
believe
it in 20 years. We're actually each other's names, you sons of bitches. Anyway, this
But this guy's the king of the friend zone. He
he's
is
the
like
most friend-zoned ever.
Yeah, he is
What
like.
was his exact quote?
He said, like, there's gonna come a time where you have to pick between me and him.
And you're gonna have to come to a point where you're gonna choose him or me, and you're gonna choose him. You will. Because that's what everyone does. That's what always happens. It's never me. I'm never gonna.
And you're gonna pick him, cause they always pick him. And he peels up. And it's like a Dumb and Dumber hog, you know? And he's got the helmet on while he says it. And I feel for him. I mean, I was the most friend zone guy in high school, and I.
Oh, baby. I invented it.
Yeah.
The friend zone didn't exist until John Feitelberg came along.
How about you? Were you a friend zone guy?
Oh yeah, they're like, yeah, if we're both like 60.
Yeah. They didn't even give you 30. They're like, if we're both dying of cancer.
Once I hit 35, you guys are gonna have like 6 weddings to go to. They're all mine.
Except that
my
they
life is over and there's no one else around. Like, I guess I'll take you, Vespa guy.
If I ever lose my arms and my legs,
Yeah, I need a caretaker. If I need someone to wipe shit from my ass, my incontinent
if
body.
I get COVID,
If I'm in a vegetative state ever,
God.
and I need someone to.
I think the most I think average. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm projecting here, or whatever. But I think like a lot normal guys. I think a lot of us went through like the friend zone situation. I can't imagine being a dude in like middle school and high school who was just like, I fuck. Like all of these hoes, I fuck them. I can't even like comprehend.
I was scared to ask like to hold hands.
Yeah,
like,
to go out on a date or anything.
Big time.
See your vagina?
Because
no
imagine a girl
way.
like I mean, I was always the one there to like, you know, you're crying on my shoulder about your boyfriend at the time, whatever that fucking meant in like 8th grade, thinking like maybe it'll be me next.
You like,
and,
touch her shoulder and you feel a bra strap and go home and jerk off about it.
But to be the guy on the other side who's just like, I got these bitches crying about me because they sucked my dick in the movie theater, or like whatever was going on.
There had to be just one guy, and I think all the girls had a crush on that dude.
Yep.
One person was lucky enough to be banging him, and
That
everybody
guy.
else was just
But
like girls hadn't lowered their standards.
I just like hold out hope that like I don't know those guys end up in the gutter or something. Like,
Oh,
like
they
you
definitely
peaked in
washed
9th grade.
out. Yeah, they're definitely washed
Yeah.
out in like fucking.
And you know
I
what?
disagree.
On
I
it.
bet
You think
they
there's
are
the
still
CEOs?
doing much better than I am.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, because it really
100%.
is just like a confidence thing and all that. They just had it when they were 14. We like
instilled in
we're
it.
still 35. I'm still 35 working on it. So
There was a tweet that went like kind of viral fairly recently where it was just like, OMG, you're so funny. And it's like, thank you. I never felt the touch of a woman in high school. And I was like,
Yeah, that's it.
I had to build a personality because no one wanted to fuck my face.
And so this fucking guy might wind up being the funniest dude ever.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
he's gonna
I
internalize
mean, he's Nick.
all this.
He's fucking Nick. I mean, I got multiple tweets saying, "Is this Nick?" And yeah, I'm sure he's like creative and funny. He's gonna be a great husband one day, but right now he ain't getting laid.
When I first had the video on, I like clicked on it and I like put my phone down and I only heard him like drive off streaming and I was like, he has to. But I think it's even funnier that he doesn't crash. That he just is, like drives
Some
off.
people, I got a lot of those. Like we deserved like the better ending of him crashing or whatever.
No way.
I think him riding off into the sunset. I wish we had more of him
Just tears streaming down his face from the wind and from her fucking unrequited love is fucking just a beautiful banging through red lights like, God in hell!
We're started this new thing with the Snapchat show where we're trying to do kind of like a web redemption where we track down some of the people from these videos and I do like a little interview with them. I hope I gotta find this guy or this girl.
Yeah.
I gotta find, or the person who filmed it. That's the other thing too. It's
Somebody.
like filming out of the balcony of their apartment complex, which means that was going on long enough and loud enough that they were like, let me get my phone and
There's
film
other
it.
interesting, stimulating stuff that we
Right.
didn't even get to hear.
I'm hoping there's maybe multiple angles that start to come out. This is a saga. I want to write like a short film on this.
Because
or
he must
something.
have driven her on the Vespa to
Dropped
the
him
train
off.
station,
Yeah.
and like she probably like told him about it earlier in the night, or it's
like,
the last
so
they're
you're
gonna
like,
hang
yeah,
out.
I'll take you to the train station to go home, and then on the way he realizes that she's going to like bang her boyfriend. He's like, wait a minute, what? I did it again? I'm taking you to see your boyfriend again? No!
See, I never had a situation like this despite how friend-zoned I was. Because I was always, my self-confidence was so low that I was just like, you're always going to choose him, and it's the right choice.
Yeah.
Like, I get it.
I can't
Advocate for
blame you.
myself. I drive a Vespa. He's probably got 4 wheels.
And like the
Keep my
thought of
balance.
a boyfriend just being like, oh yeah, you're hanging out with fucking like Steve again.
Yeah.
Whatever.
No, have
no
fun.
threat.
Like, I'm not worried about it.
Zero concern. You know, he is the guy. You know, you worried about that meme. He's that fucking dude. Just an all-timer in my mind. I
Just
put
in
this
bed
up there.
laughing.
I mean, this is like Cinnamon Apple 2.0 in my mind.
Yeah,
You know, this is
he was my baby, my cinnamon apple.
Yeah.
Except this is
That
gonna
is
add
an
a Vespa.
all-time video. I
But
forgot
which
about that
one you
one.
got? That or cinnamon apple?
I think the Vespa
Me
had
too.
such a
Me too.
such an
I want to like recreate it.
Was the Cinnamon Apple Girl filming out of her window, or was that a third party as well?
No, I think he was yelling up to her.
Yeah,
and
if
she
I
was
remember
just
she was the one
filming?
filming it. I think. Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
that's
the
diabolical on
third
her
party,
part.
and that girl just in the Vespa just standing there being like, she didn't even say a word. Like, I don't know what the fuck to say. That dude was screaming. So, internet legend, Vespa guy. I hope you find love on your Vespa. Second half of the rundown brought to you by Bird Dog. Everybody knows Bird Dogs at this point. The softest shorts, most comfortable shorts. Now they got into the pants game with the built-in underwear. So when you pee your pants,
It wicks.
It wicks. It's all good. You don't have to do. There's that motherfucker, Vibs. We've compared you to a Nazi, just so you know.
The Nazis had more humane experiments than Vibs.
It's gonna be. You know how like the Nazis? They said they used to like chop heads off of dogs and put them on humans and stuff like that. That's gonna be Vibs.
I don't know if I knew that.
Yeah,
Lower
they
in the
tried to
bar.
do like they tried to make like human animal type of super soldiers.
They really weren't smart, huh?
They were not nice. They were not smart, not nice.
Despite being evil, they were idiots.
Right, they think they're like sophisticated evil geniuses, and they're like Sid from Toy Story.
Yeah.
Just like, I'm gonna put a head on a fucking leg.
Anyway, Bird Dogs. There's really only one company I could work in Nazi talk, and they'd be okay with it. It's pretty much Bird Dogs. They're cool with everything. They're selling you. They're giving you fucking nunchucks when you buy their pants. I love that. Just pure chaos. What can we give them? What you want to give them like a discount? No, how about we give them fucking nunchucks? When you go to fuck. See, I told them they didn't have to write out the whole ad, but then they didn't. You know, gotta give it a call to action.
Nothing to lean on.
I think it's birddogs.com/rundown. Maybe Mike, you can find that for me. Birddogs.com/rundown. And when you buy a pair of the new pants, you get the nunchucks as well. The pants are comfortable. They've got that new like soft material,
The
but it
Lululemon
doesn't
guy.
look. Yeah, they kidnapped
girl,
the
I don't know,
Lululemon
designer.
The Lululemon designer. They kidnapped. They were doing experiments on that person. They were chopping off his head and mixing it with the body of an actual lemon. It was a whole thing. There's a dog, a bird, a designer, and a lemon. It was all put
Fucking
together.
crazy.
And you created the most comfortable shorts and pants on the planet with the built-in underwear that saves you time and money on laundry. It's comfortable. And what is it? Go ahead, tell them.
Go to birddogs.com, enter promo code rundown.
Code rundown, not the
They'll
URL.
throw in a free pair of
Birddogs.com, promo code rundown. Get your pants and get those nunchucks, which is just so much fucking fun to play around with the nunchucks
sick.
while you're comfortable. And that's the beauty of the pants. You got movement and mobility while you're nunchucking. So birddogs.com, promo code
best.
rundown. To the NFL, where they are not fucking around with the masks, and they are taking coronavirus very seriously.
I mean, it's insane.
Yeah, to the point. I mean, I think everybody here at Barstool has been pretty cool with masks and really on board. I don't think we have any anti-maskers here because I think it's a pretty fucking stupid thing.
I'm
to be
a
anti-mask.
pro-masker unless I'm in here, in which case, I don't know, for some reason I just think coronavirus can't permeate
Yeah, it
this
doesn't make
wall.
much
Like,
sense.
No one,
Yeah,
yeah,
not
Well,
one
listen,
would,
if
but
we ever,
that-
the minute that we had an issue or something, I'll put a mask on every single step of the way here. I'm not opposed to it. But the NFL is fining coaches 100?
It was
And the
it was
teams
100,000 and teams too. It was 1.5 million, I believe, or 1.05
Total.
million.
Yeah.
1.05 million.
But I mean, a team getting 250K is crazy. Finding an individual 100 grand, you know, all these guys are wealthy, but like, you know, they're not players. Some of these guys aren't like lifelong coaches. If you were like a rookie or whatever, and you got fined 100K, that's a big fucking deal. But hey, you know what? People are gonna wear their masks next week. I don't think people are gonna fuck around with this.
I would be so furious. I've said this with like the bubbles and things like this. The football is a little different because it's not in a bubble. But like when Gordon Hayward in game 2, I think, was watching the whole game in a mask, I'd be so pissed. I'd be like, you're just doing this for like aesthetics. Like, I was tested twice today. Everyone in this building was tested today. I don't have to wear this fucking mask. Football, again, a little different because you have like fans in the crowd and stuff like that, although that's pretty rare. But like, all the players, all the coaches are tested regularly. Why do I have to wear a fucking mask?
Yep. No, I'm with you on that. I also think that it is a aesthetics or like a reputational thing.
Or it's
And
like setting an
ordinarily-
example for like
Yes,
people at
right.
the risk of sounding like a cuck.
But no
and
one,
I think it's
no
easy
one-
enough to do it.
No one is
But
like,
you
well,
shouldn't-
John Gruden's wearing a mask. I should wear mine. Like
But
that's.
I think like an idiot in Las Vegas might be like
say,
that, maybe.
you
you
know,
think so? Like,
you
our
Actually,
coach
no,
does
probably
it.
not,
I'll do it.
because like the
Honestly-
people who think that have their minds made up. It's not like
Yeah,
you're on the fence.
exactly.
Like, should I wear a mask? Should I not wear a mask?
Whatever side you're on, you've dug your
You're
heels
already
in,
on,
and that's what.
yeah.
And John Gruden isn't changing your mind. Belichick, by the way, skated on it. He was just wearing it like one of those fucking plague doctors. He just had it on like a beak.
Oh yeah.
His mouth was exposed. He just had it over his nose.
The plague doctors. That's exactly what they did, yeah. But either way, I mean, those are some heavy numbers. Those are some. That's
I
Rogers.
think it's crazy to make people who are surrounded by people who have been tested every day, temperatures checked all the time, be like, I'm going to charge you a significant amount of money because you pulled your mask down to call on a play call.
Did I read, was this a real story or like a Onion headline that Andy Reid used some like NHL technology to keep his mask from
I believe
fogging
that
up?
was real,
Yeah.
and also
He got his like welder's mask
that was
on.
real?
He used something. I mean, I'm sure it's like a spray or something, but the headline said like uses technology to keep his mask from fogging up, and I was like, all right, this is
as someone who wore a bubble or a fishbowl for I think one
Hockey.
season. There is no technology. Maybe
work.
it's changed in the last, I don't know, I haven't played hockey in 20 years probably. But
Yeah.
like maybe it's changed a little bit.
You're
But like
foggy.
you tried the fucking shampoo, you tried the shaving cream, you bought like the special sprays. None of it worked. It fogged up all the time. Were you Rudy? Were you a fucking fishbowl guy? Did you ever get it to not fog up? Yeah. You did? Okay, so Rudy's played.
Breaking news: Feitelberg's an idiot.
Peeing his
Pees
pants,
his
fucking
pants,
the
and he can't
mask,
figure out his
getting
mask.
come down
Can't
by
stop
fucking.
fucking burping because I have fucking yogurt
You're
in my
disgusting.
an animal, an absolute
Your
animal.
poor girlfriend. She is such a delight. She's pretty, and you're just a fucking piece
Volcano,
of garbage.
just every fucking
not-
orifice.
it's not
we
ideal
did,
to
we
be
did an
me.
episode of the podcast today with the guys from the Are You Garbage podcast. I don't know if you're
Oh,
familiar
yeah,
with
yeah.
them. They sit you down and they
course.
pepper you with questions to try to determine if you're basically
Some
white
people
trash.
here were on there, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you go
Fights
on
did it.
there?
I did it.
Kate did it. Yeah.
And Fights went into it thinking he was not garbage, and the fellas Foley and Kevin were like, "Oh, you're garbage." Casey just piped up like, "What?"
Yeah, why
Fights
would
thought he
you
was not
think
going to be
that?
garbage.
I don't know.
You are literally a pile of human garbage that just happens to have
No,
legs and
actually,
arms.
I guess you have like some sensibilities about like what like
I
what a
wasn't
good drink
raised
is.
to be
You know,
garbage.
like,
I
Yes,
became
his
garbage. I
family's
wasn't
not
born
garbage.
in it.
He's
I
garbage.
just-
right, yeah.
He'll
like,
sit
I
down
paid
at the
that, he
table
doesn't.
and he'll know the salad fork and the butter knife, but he'll also have piss in his pants.
Right, he'll be using
and a
one
dip
to,
in
like,
his mouth.
scratch his
and yeah, exactly. Piece of garbage. What else was there? There's one other. So new podcast out on the Barstool Sports Network, Prime, 21st and Prime.
Remember when that wasn't squeaking?
I know, it's because it was high. When it was higher, I think we were good.
Gooch.
I was gonna say Gucci and then good.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
I think we're good.
Fat guy in a little coat. So Prime had his new podcast out. Had a guest right off the bat.
Not just the guest, by the way.
Like a
Snoop
co-host.
Dogg sings
Oh
his
yeah,
intro.
I know. That's pretty cool.
And it goes
Barstool
BarstoolSports.com.
Prime time. Barstool Sports, baby. Trip.
I think I want to like just jack that and put that like in my intro too.
You can, I think. I think you
Snoop
can.
Dogg. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that. I also
on
want to cut from that interview with the Garbage guys when the guy goes, Feitelberg's got to stop talking. Evergreen tweet. Evergreen comment. Prime had on Roger Goodell. I don't know if you've heard of him. He is the commissioner of the NFL and was in love with him. Speaking of him, very highly enamored with the commish. And I don't think there's anybody else at Barstool Sports who could get away with that except for primetime. Because, I mean, that is Dave's number one.
Prince Akeem, according to fucking LeBron James?
Say what now?
LeBron quote tweeted his intro as the Jackson State head coach and said,
it's
my
like
man looks like Prince Akeem from Coming to America or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, LeBron is commenting.
It's just talking about our coworker.
Our coworker now, yeah.
Just across
It
the
is
board.
crazy, by the way. Also, the reports of Warren Sapp and
T.O.
T.O. being...
I apologize for all the burping. I can't stop.
I have not even noticed it.
I think I'm doing it right into the microphone, so I have to address it.
So we're fine with the audience.
It sounds like someone's giving like an Indian burn to your esophagus.
Yeah.
too.
Oh,
Like, you're like,
wow.
Like that sounds like
beautifully
real tight.
descriptive.
Like,
Yeah,
That's
exactly
what I'm
what's
feeling
happening.
right now. Yeah. The reports that T.O. and Warren Sapp were going to be his like coordinators and assistant coaches, not true.
No, they were going to be
although-
D-line coach and wide receiver coach.
Okay.
Jason Phillips was the offensive
Maybe
coordinator.
not
and-
true, but like, Deion, maybe you should think about that because that would be awesome.
Yeah, that was like.
I would sign up for that team right away.
That's just like when you like traded all the good players to a team.
Yeah.
Like Jackson State's like, we want Bama.
I mean, listen, if there's one person who could just like get those recruits and make it like this fucking silly dream team. I mean, if you're
Deion
recruiting
Sanders.
and Deion Sanders is the one who shows up to your house, like I'm signing with Jackson State, no problem.
Oh, I think what was his
In.
name? Mason Smith, I believe. Was a 5-star recruit. Was just like, He's like,
Yep.
he's like, I got an offer from Jackson State. I'm like, I didn't know much about Jackson State before Deion.
I do now, though, yeah.
And, like, if you're getting, I can't imagine they got many 5-star recruits.
No.
And day one, they're already, like, 5 stars are like,
Gonna change the
might
game.
hit Jackson State.
What? So
That kid has like 19 crystal balls, like LSU that Connor said.
He is what?
Connor said that kid's like almost guaranteed to go to LSU.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's like apparently like from Louisiana. It's like a big like.
oh well.
But
I
just
mean,
wanted to be like, yo, Prime loves me?
Yeah, probably.
But who better to even like be bribing college kids than fucking Prime? You know what I mean? If we're gonna be paying the kids, like we have millionaires already, like we might as well just do it ourselves. But as far as Roger Goodell though, I think that he is 100% aware of what he's doing.
Oh, yeah.
He knows that he's coming on Barstool, and I think he's trying to repair his image. I think he's hurt, and I think he's broken.
I thought you meant Deion. I think Deion knows exactly what he's doing, like stirring the pot with Dave. But you think that
I think Roger Goodell knows he was coming on a Barstool podcast with Deion, saw it as an olive branch, and is trying to get back in the good graces of the public.
I disagree though because he had his opportunity with the fucking charity thing.
But that's with Dave though. This is like the perfect opportunity because he
So
knows what he's going to
easing
get
in?
with Deion, and he doesn't have to deal with Dave, so he can try and ingratiate himself with all the Barstool people, but
Okay.
not have to like go toe to toe with Portnoy.
I agree with what you're saying, but that is a serious half measure. That's like a quarter measure. That's like a 10th measure. If he wants to fix it, he's got to go head on with Dave. But you're right. I mean, I guess it's a way to kind of.
It would be so easy because like, especially the charity thing.
Yeah.
That I can't believe he missed that bad on that because all he had to do was say yes, and like, within 20 minutes, Dave would look like the jerk.
Yes.
Because it's like, yeah,
If
I'm
he's, like,
letting you in my
bullying him,
house. I'm like
yes.
a charity. Like, let's just watch a football game together.
Football games are long. You know, it'd been a long time.
That was too long. It would it would end up flipping.
You
Dave
can't
would end up
continue
looking
to
like-
be a dick to someone for that long.
For that long, right.
Because it gets uncomfortable for you being the dick, and no one can sit in that discomfort, their own discomfort
100%.
like that.
As long as Goodell handled it right. If he was now, Dave did plan. He was like, forget about Deflategate. I'm going to talk about Ray Rice. I'm going to talk about some of the Greg Hardy, some of the truly bad stuff. But even if he was just like, you know, I fucked up, or like we're trying to you know, be better in the future. It's just like, okay,
Yeah.
like now what?
And
you
there
know?
it is.
Right.
It's done.
But that is an interesting thought that like he's trying to, you know, get as close as he can. He's flying close to the sun
If you
right now.
think that it
getting in on
doesn't
Barstool.
bother him that people are waving flags and have clown shirts, like I think you're crazy. It has to bother him. There's no doubt in my mind it bothers him. And he wants
$42
it to
million
stop.
a year helps with the bother,
Sure.
but it's still bothers.
But he's still a human. I think that there's no amount of money where like you don't go to bed like with a little bit of dissatisfaction. Like why don't these people
like
Right,
when
100%.
people say, you know, would you like take the job? Everyone's like, oh, for $40 million I'll do anything. It's like, yeah, he's not gonna quit. He's gonna take the money, but it doesn't mean you have to go to bed every night being like, I love my job.
Right.
I love what I do for that $40 million.
Hitler! Hitler!
But anyway, on the Deion front, I mean, I am expecting this weekend on the Pro Football Show. Dave's he's gotta go berserk over this, right? He's gotta go to war. They already are fighting over just about everything, cats and dogs, Deion and Dave.
When you look over, who's right there with you? I say, hey, Deion, nice to see you. Go, I killed it last week. I was all over the pick. Deion, your best pick, your only pick that you're on the record here. You lost with San Fran. Yes, but I wasn't talking.
That was an upset.
You came in here with your little move, like doing this thing down the field. You lost. Your prime time pick. Your one pick lost.
But, you know, if we were to do this, if anybody else here were to just have Roger Goodell on and just be like, what's up, Commish? Like, I love you and the work that you do,
It wouldn't go well.
would not go well. So we'll see what happens there.
big get.
The other big story, well, not big story, the other like inside Barstool story going on right now for the after show. Trista and the Airpods. Trista was at the Classic? Was that the Barstool?
No, Willie's
outing. And she left her AirPods in the golf cart, and then she did find my iPhone, find my AirPods.
Didn't know you could do that with AirPods.
That's pretty cool.
It's
a great feature.
It
It would almost make it seem like you don't have to make people go through the trash if you could just do it on an app.
So, I guess that's what I didn't quite understand. So she did find my AirPods. I guess maybe someone was cleaning up the cart. Because I would have thought it would just be like, here's in the cart. So I don't know, they're cleaning up, throw it in the garbage. Trista puts up a video of her explaining that she's lost the AirPods, and she shows these two caddies or grounds crew guys, whatever they are at the country club, rifling
People
through.
beneath Trista,
Yes.
according to her.
Right, like the peasants, the help, were rifling through the trash looking for her AirPods. Now, she says that she did not ask them to do it. They offered to do it. They knew Barstool. They wanted to help. I actually believe that part.
I thought she said She said a different story when she called into the radio to
Oh,
talk
all right,
about
you tell
it.
me that.
Or she said
Whatever
something
she said in
about
her
like
words.
she lost them. She was told that they were thrown out, but then like the head pro didn't believe it, so he made them go do it.
Okay.
And she was like, "No, don't do it," but they still did it, and she just filmed them doing
And
it.
she filmed them. That's where I get shamed a lot being called poor because I like wired headphones. I don't like the AirPods.
Yeah.
And they always call me poor. I think that you or anybody else going through garbage for your AirPods is the ultimate poor move. Just go buy another pair for $150. I know it's more expensive than your average headphones. I think that's I would call that the poorest move of all. Now she yelled back at me saying, I did not ask them to do that. I mean, but you filmed these people going through. If that were to happen, if I said, listen, I'm just gonna buy a new pair.
Yeah.
And you guys insisted to go through the garbage. And I said, no. And you guys were like, no, we're doing it. Once you started doing it, I would join in. I am not going to
100% join
I
in.
would not let other people go through the garbage for my shit.
I'm lying. I wouldn't join in.
I absolutely
I
would.
would. So step one.
Especially, by the way, with like, maybe if we're just like a couple strangers, but it's like we have, people know us and that story's going to be told and stuff. I would be digging in, being like, I don't want you guys to do this, but if you insist and
Or
you're
even
going to fucking do
pretend,
it.
like Pat said in the blog, just like pretend do like a cursory.
Yeah,
and it's also golf court garbage. It's not like fucking sloppy ass sewer
You're
garbage.
right.
It was fucking empty
Empty
Gatorade
cans.
containers and
Yes,
shit like that.
No doubt. And I think maybe even then I would film that and be like, I'm going through the garbage.
But
like,
she
like
also
the
said
people.
that if they got it out, that she wouldn't have warned them again because of coronavirus. Like, first of
So
all,
then
what the fuck are you
fuck?
talking about? Coronavirus
that
doesn't go through the garbage. And second of all, if someone goes through the garbage and finds them to you and they hand them to you, you're not gonna fuck them. You're just gonna be like,
So
no,
she-
I'm gonna throw them out
theoretically,
anyway.
she would've
And
just
just put
turned
them right
around
back
over
in the
here.
trash.
And put them there. That's crazy. I didn't know that part too.
And the
So
to
then,
me,
what is literally the point of going through the garbage? If you said to me like, I am not going to wear these again, if she made that very clear and those guys kept going, then maybe it's on them. But what
and
is
she's adamant
going
that she's
on?
not in the wrong. If I was a caddy and someone made me do that, I'd fucking hate my life and I'd be pissed at the
Absolutely.
person. If I was
For
working
sure.
any
No
job
doubt.
and someone made me go through the trash to do something,
Oh.
I might be nice about it, I might be polite, and I might do my job.
That's the thing.
She's the asshole.
They might have
keep it
said
100.
like, no, it's okay. Hey, we love Barstool. We want to do it for you. But that's like
I-
their
that-
job
if
is
they
to kind
said
of
they
be.
love Barstool, I would be
even
more
more
adamant
so.
about like, do
Yeah.
not go through that
right.
garbage.
Like then we're
Fuck
cool.
it.
Then we're good. It's
Yeah.
fine. But even if
You read my blog once. We're fucking even.
Sure.
Don't go through that trash.
And I think that those guys are, they're
Right.
in the service industry. They're probably have to say all that. But then on top of all of it, to then film it
Oh, if
and
if
try
it
to
was,
characterize it as like, no. I don't know. You can't film people going through the garbage for your shit and then try.
2 days after saying Brandon Walker treats his producers bad, and she always makes like you have to treat the people below you well. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? You're making people dig in the garbage.
Crazy.
If it was so, step one is just leave. You don't have the headphones anymore. You buy a new pair. Step
Yeah.
two, if they're adamant, they must do it. I'm not standing there. It's like when like the
No.
cleaning lady comes to your
Yes.
house. You're like,
You make
"Look,
yourself
yeah.
scared.
Right, I'll be
Yes.
like, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here.
No doubt.
If you guys find them, fine. If you want to pretend you looked and then come back and be like, we couldn't find it, that's cool too. Like, I'm just not gonna be here. If you are very adamant, I'm gonna try my best to convince you, do not do that. But if you're like, I
Have
refuse
to.
to not do it,
Yeah.
I'll be like, all right, fine. I'll be in the fucking clubhouse.
Yeah, but
like,
you know what? Too?
and not
like,
filming.
Those guys might.
Or
have-
I would help first, and then if
But
that
not
was
filming them. Like, imagine filming someone clean up your throw up or something
Yeah.
like that. Like, let's
Like,
do
these
this.
guys are clearly like doing your dirty work, and now they're putting on blast for it. I feel like that those guys could have offered so adamantly too, because it's like, I don't know. Imagine Willie, he sets up this thing, and it's probably a lot of money, and it's like if word gets back to the head of the country club that like they didn't help the guests in some way, maybe it's on them. So maybe they had to offer. These poor kids. I mean, the homies were pressed. The homies were pressed.
Like I'm thinking, remember the kid in the video yesterday who was like sitting in the bathroom taking a shit and everybody
Yes.
falls
Yeah.
in there?
Yes.
It's the same thing with these caddies who are like, it's embarrassing enough that I have to fucking take a shit while everybody watches, but now you're gonna put it
Put it
all
on
over the
blast.
internet. It's
Yes.
embarrassing enough I have to go through the garbage trying to find your AirPods that you're not even gonna wear again anyway, but now you have to film me from fucking 2 feet away and put it on the internet with a pouty face?
Pressed.
Stop.
The homies were
I'm pressed now.
Nah.
I am the pressed homie now.
Now I do have to admit that this was a little bit of the handiwork of Gaz 2.0, Gaz Jr. JV Gaz is Josh, and he is a
Trista's not pleased with you?
a blossoming pot stirrer.
Yeah, he's good at it.
What did she say?
No, it's Trista and I are friends. I texted her this morning.
Whenever you start that, I didn't ask that question, bro. That was completely unprompted. You are not friends.
Like, I actually gave her a warning. I said, just so you know, I'm gonna throw this up. I'm gonna do something with it. I'm gonna turn it into something.
Yeah.
She said I didn't give her enough of a heads up for it, but like I said, hey, like I'm gonna turn this into something. Like I don't know what she assumes I was gonna turn it into, but like, so I watched it last night. I saw it this morning. Nothing's going on this morning. The office was. My job is to capture things that are happening in the office. Nothing's happening in the office. You make something happen. It was interesting.
God, he really is like that.
It's my job. So I posted it.
Did you steal the AirPods?
I wish I was at the Cologne class yesterday. I was in Detroit. But so I posted it, and then she texted me. She was like, told me I was a snake, and I was like, I don't really think it was a snake-like move. I kind of told you what I was doing before.
It can't be a snake if you told her about it, but.
Yeah, and then I also explained I was like, it wasn't malicious, but like also like.
I mean, she posted it.
Yeah,
it's not
right,
like it wasn't like a secret video.
That actually is kind of like proof positive that like, and somewhere she knows that she's in the wrong, because like. If she truly stood by it, she would have been like, oh, yeah, I don't know, fucking do whatever you want.
Well, the thing is, she had DMs yesterday on her story, like she had follow-up stories with it, and she had DMs saying like, why the fuck would you let people do that? So like, obviously, like that had already been brought to her head, and she had to defend that yesterday on a personal story.
Right.
So like, if I say, hey, I'm gonna post this, and like I'm thinking what that was, like I'm thinking worst case scenario, so I can get comments from you and whoever else, and then everybody across the company is talking about it. So I did my job effectively.
Right, yeah. I mean,
But I don't see her going like hand up, like I probably shouldn't have done that. She's definitely going to defend the hell out of herself until like.
Which also I respect that too, though. It's like, you know, this is the blog game. You got to dig your heels in and fight this shit. But
it's $115 for new AirPods. Just buy new AirPods.
Is Brandon Walker over there?
Yes, sir.
Brandon, come on down, sir. How are you? How are you feeling right now? Are you? Did you guys do this on the rundown yesterday? No, right?
Yeah,
that all unfolded afterwards. So
no, nothing unfolded
post-show.
afterwards.
What?
Nothing unfolded afterwards. It was all like Friday and Saturday.
Oh, I didn't realize that. That was all.
Well, hold on. I'm in so many do-to-dos. Which one are we talking about?
When did you get sent home? That was.
No.
Is that all been covered? That's all been done?
Well, that was a joke.
That was last
I
night.
didn't get sent home. I was never going.
Oh.
Yeah. No. When
you are in trouble for not tweeting about the app.
That I really am in trouble for. Yeah. That I should have done. I tweeted about the app. I dropped the ball on that. I don't know what I was thinking. But yesterday they were doing the overs club.
Right.
And I said on the show, I kind of like the under. And Portnoy heard it, and it was all over.
The club ever. He's out. Doesn't matter. He's out. Never.
Dave just banned you from the club forever.
Whose headset? He's out.
You're out forever.
You're never in it, Brandon. Ever. No matter what. You're banned. You're banned.
But
from a like a superstition point of view, from a just like you should be on board with us point of view.
Yeah, from we're doing this as a company. You should be on board with us. You should get on with the boys.
But at the same time, you shouldn't bet what you don't believe in.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
So that's what I was doing, and I just leaned into it last night and said, let's go all the way with the unders, and the over hit. So probably best case scenario for me. I got a little bit of content, and I didn't get fired over it.
Yeah. It's the name of the game, right?
Yeah.
Get some content and don't get fired.
Yeah. So
that's the
yeah,
what are the other to-dos you're in?
Oh, there was the Friday do where Brandon Walker's mean to all his producers.
Well, that's.
Is that why they've been calling her Ellen Walker?
Yeah. Well, I'm actually standing right here. It's actually a man.
Well, Ellen DeGeneres.
Ellen started, season 18, and she came out and did like a monologue apologizing. If you would, Ellen, the floor is yours. If you would like to do that, put a camera on him, please. Now, if you're so inclined, because if you're not rude to your producers, you would maybe be apologizing.
I'm not rude to my producers. I think most of the producers that I work with here would
Is this
tell
your
you,
apology? I just want to
I'm not apologizing at all. No, absolutely not.
So this is the Conor McGregor. I would like to
apologize
apologize to absolutely
nobody. This was all false and a lie. So
that's a great apology by Brandon.
I'm not.
Really, one of the all-time
I'm not
apologists.
apologizing. I am not apologizing.
You've made that abundantly clear.
Yes.
Wait.
And the mic drop. Good catch. So
I was gonna hit you right in the prick.
So if everyone don't email all at once to become Brandon Walker's producer. Everyone settle down. But, all right, that's the rundown.
I finally stopped burping.
Well, that's good. I'm proud of you.